Shut up. In this video, I'm going to tell you whether or not you should make the decision to quit trading right now. But before we do that, let's talk about why you yourself can't even make decisions. And to get straight to the point, that is because you have trouble with accountability. Accountability is taking responsibility for your actions, decisions, and results without shifting blame. It means recognizing where you failed, correcting it, and following through with discipline. Now that we've gotten the official definition, per se, of accountability out the way, let's talk about it. Let's really, really talk about it, right? A lot of you can't make a decision. That's what I wanted to talk to the traders I speak to tonight about. But let's go a little beyond traders. For anyone listening here that's not a trader, you don't trade anything. Let's listen to this about life. All right. So most of you avoid decisions because decisions require responsibility. Responsibility is the level of pressure that if you don't take accountability, you really don't have the tools needed, the confidence needed to really be accountable, per se. I don't want to be too mean. I'm trying to be nice. I feel like last time I was a little too mean when I was on here. So let's talk a little bit more about why you don't want to be accountable. All right. If you're not accountable, you could take the blame and blame everyone else but yourself. That means there's nothing left for you to do, there's nothing for you to fix. You'll go as far as blaming the market. If you have a mentor or you saw a YouTube video and you got a strategy, you're going to go ahead and you're going to blame the strategy. You're going to blame the indicators, right? Some people use indicators. They're going to go ahead and say, oh, well, the indicator's lagging this one time, the indicator this, the indicator that. You can go down the list. In a regular world situation, you'll blame everyone else. If you're late, you'll blame traffic. You won't, if you stump your toe, you'll blame the thing that you stumped your toe. We all know some people like this. Don't be that person, especially if you're trading. It's going to destroy your life. And if you like being that person, because some people like the attention, they like the suffering, they don't give themselves the attention within the mind, so they like when people give them the attention, so they're just going to complain all the time. And if that's you right now, make the decision to quit trading right now. Just stop. If you have a family, if you have kids, if you love yourself, just give up right now. Get a day job. Totally fine. This is one bit of advice I will constantly give to people. The whole myth of you can quit your day job and you can start trading and do it full time, take it from someone who did that and did that shit the hard way. It is doable, but it's hard. It's it's fucking hard. I don't think YouTube's gonna drop us at this point. But you don't want to start this the hard way. Trading is hard enough because we make it hard upon ourselves. And if we're not accountable, we have no power, we have no control, and it's just a shit show. So quit right now. Just close this video. If honest to God, if you can't do this, if in your life you're not accountable for things, when someone tells you you're doing something wrong or hurtful to them or other people, you're gonna give a million excuses. People will care for you. They will give you examples, explanations, and you'll say no. Some people say maybe, right? It's okay. Leave those people alone and walk away. But if you are one of those people and you are a trader, please stop. Do yourself a favor. You're making the rest of us traders look bad. The whole, oh, 90% or 95% of traders fail. These are you guys right here, the ones who can't grasp onto accountability because you don't want to take responsibility. You don't want to say I was wrong. That's it. That's the silence of it. Let's leave some silence there. Ready? You don't want to say you were wrong. You hear that silence? That's it. Conversation's over. And if you can't do that, quit trading right now. I had a few things I wrote down. I was speaking to a few traders, a few young traders out there. I'm probably gonna go live about this and talk about this later, but here, let's talk about it now a little bit. Be aware of scammers. Please be aware of scammers, right? With a lack of accountability and the false delusion that you can blame everyone and get out of it. So it's never your fault. You're just gonna get scammed. You're gonna keep going after the people that are telling you you can get rich very quickly. They're telling you trading is easy. You can watch a few videos. They have a course. Everyone has a course. That's okay. Courses work. Mentors work. Everything is available for free on YouTube right now. Everything that your mentor is going to teach you is available for free. But the mentor shortens the curve. Cool. I'll teach you how to look for a new mentor. Quick bit of advice, make sure they can show themselves live trading if they're teaching you strategy. If anyone's teaching you any type of strategy at all, you're going to give them your hard worked for money, currency, whatever you call it. Make sure you see them live trade before you give them money. Make sure it's live, because in today's time, even before AI, these guys were faking a lot of these charts and things like that. So make sure you take the responsibility upon yourself to do the work and make sure they're legit. That right there is a action step toward being or not even say toward. When you're an accountable person, that is the action steps that you do. You really check shit out. And to those of you that are already accountable out there, those are the traders that we've been speaking for months or years. Some of my friends, you guys know this is what I'm talking about. Cool. Don't get scammed. Now, the people that don't want to be accountable are gone. Now, when you're accountable, you have this power. Overthinking stops happening. The freezing thing, the delaying thing, all these things stop happening. And this bleeds out into your life. If you don't take accountability in trading, right? And we all have these friends. A lot of people now in today's time have this whole traders community. I've been trading for about 6 years. When I first started trading, the community wasn't that big of a thing like that. So we couldn't have everyone helping each other, hold each other accountable and all of that. But go ahead and do that. Help each other, hold each other accountable, like bring back a little bit of friendly bullying. Don't harm anyone, to each your own. But hold some of these guys accountable. And if you have any trader friends that just, hey man, it's what's today? Well, it's currently Wednesday right now, but it's Tuesday, and yesterday was Memorial Day. That's why so and so happened today. I didn't make a mistake. The market did it. Just cut that right there. Get that out of your environment, get it out of your mind. If you don't correct them, when pressure hits you in the market, you're going to go and find reasons to run away from these trades. You're going to find reasons to not be accountable and abandon everything you planned. And the last thing, because I'm going to move on from accountability, with lack of accountability, there's indecision. With indecision, shit doesn't get done, right? And let's talk about real life, well, not real life, but to the non-traders, the regular people life. You have a decision to make. There is a deadline. You can call it procrastination, but it's still because you're not an accountable person. You can't make the decision. You don't trust your own self, so you definitely don't trust anyone else. And if you don't listen to you, you definitely don't listen to other people. So you're just half-assing everything. The deadline gets almost there. You're like a day or two before the deadline. You're like, I got this. You haven't prepared. You haven't done anything. And then the deadline comes, and that's it. You have to deal with the consequence. And you're going to blame the electric company for making your electricity off because they couldn't give you an extension because you didn't pay your bill on time. You knew we were going to call them because that came up from dirt poor. It took a lot. And we can all do it. And I say we to those of us in the past, my past, who's dirt poor. Now, coming from a place where you want to be, the money will come if the accountability and the discipline is there. You have to have the consistency with doing the work. You have to get away with the scam mentality. You have to get out of the get rich quick mentality. Accountability fixes all of that. When you're accountable in your life, it shows. Discipline just pops up out of nowhere. you'll realize, you know what? I'm gonna make my bed today. And this is a debate. On X, I do spaces, like I'll go sit on spaces, and people just debate, like, should you make the bed? Should you not make the bed? This is not a joke. I've heard this. And some people are saying it's a waste of time, it's a waste of this, it's a waste of that. But there's a form of structure there. There's a form of discipline there. If you tell yourself you're gonna make the bed, make the bed. Now that we're talking about telling yourself you're gonna do things, let's go into let's go a little deeper inside. Let's go a little deeper into the mind. All right. A lot of us can tell ourselves that we're gonna do things, but why don't we do them? Right? We all have notepads. We write things down. There's a little notepad. We write things down. And if you're here still with me so far, grab a notepad. All right, grab a drink. Just don't know how long this video is gonna be. Not gonna be that long. But take some notes. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. And when you're done, read these notes over and over. It'll really train your mind to not let the emotions interfere and hurt you so much. And that's one of the real reasons why people are so indecisive. They don't take accountability, and their life's at this weird stuck. They when shit hits the fan and the wall's there, that's when they push and they push and they try and they try. And then something happens. They get a little bit forward. But those of you that want to join the world of trading, that's not going to cut it. You're going to have to push your limits. You're going to have to go above and beyond. If you just want to go clock in and do the job, once again, I will continuously say this. The people that I speak to on a daily, the traders that call me, I'll tell them, just go get a job. Go get a job. You'll be amazed that if you get a job while you're trading, how much more accountable you'll be in your job and in trading. How much more control you'll have. How much more aware of yourself you'll be. I love to meditate, and I'm not talking about where you're going to chant things in your mind. I'm not talking about where you're going to explore your thought experiments and hallucinate to yourself a little bit and have fun. That's all great. There's tons of fun things you could do with that. My meditation is more of a experience the mind of myself, the thoughts. Well, it's thought now, but it's thoughts back when I first started doing this for years. And there's a point where there's disattachment from the thoughts. We all heard it. You are not the thought. But on a literal basis, to remind yourself, you are the experiencer. And you're asking yourself now, what does this have to do with accountability? Once you realize you are not the thing, the situation is so much lighter. Those hard situations that we have to choose a decision. And some of these decisions, let's be honest with each other. These aren't easy things where, if you make a decision A, no consequence will happen. It's a perfect decision. Those decisions we choose right away, right? If you're hungry, you're gonna eat. If you're thirsty, you're gonna drink some water. Shit, some people don't even like water, but that's all. I fast as well. We talk about that. That's a whole nother video. But then there's the hard things of, I have this money and it needs to go somewhere to a bill or something. But instead of paying this bill, this is what some of you do. This was the craziest shit I heard. I had a young man who was living on his own for the first time, and month 3 to 4 happens, and he's struggling with rent. And he's legit saying, I have my rent in my hand. Do you think I can go ahead and deposit this money live and trade this money and make my rent? So I ask, are you profitable? Can you show a demo? Have you had any type of anything? He said no. He blew his last funded account, but he got funded, so he must know how to trade. And then after he blew it, he studied why he actually blew the account, and he back tested, and he knows it all now. So he's ready to go. Never didn't take a forward test, didn't run a demo after he got the strategy. I asked him how many. I think he told me it was like 50, 60 entries and all of those things is what he back tested. But he's ready to go ahead and blow this money. So now he's sitting there. He knows the right decision is don't go ahead and blow the last bit of money you have for trading. Pay your rent. But at the same time, the emotions are hitting him there. They're knocking there like a bad ex. I would just say greed's like a bad ex. I'm not saying no. but there's a level of overconfidence with lack of doing the work. There's a level of there's deeper things when you're not accountable that happens. There's a lack of realness that happens, right? There's some delusion that needs to exist. In my life, when people ask me how are you doing, I genuinely say, or when they say how's it going, oh, it's always a great time, because it's always a great time. I wake up in the morning and it's great. I could find infinite reasons that it's great. If something considered shitty happens, then it becomes a good day. You go to sleep. I take naps, right? You wake up. The accountability allows you to be real with yourself, whether you're deep in your mind, whether when you say something, yo, I fucked up, and you fix it, or when you say something and no one else agrees with you, but you know you could be wrong. You could be wrong, but you're accountable. You say something, no one agrees with you, it's wrong, and then you don't take it back and you stick by it. There's the later parts of you're explained to how you're wrong, things of that sort, and you change your mind. But I'm speaking of the moment of I said this thing, it was wrong, but yes, I said it. That's accountability. When it comes to trading, accountability has a lot to do with a trading plan. And last time I touched a trading plan, last live stream, it was like a week ago, but no one really goes into depth of the trading plan on a psychological level. If you don't know yet, that's what I talk about. I don't trade strategy. It's all the psyche. I do believe any strategy that has been back tested to show an edge. An edge is after a set of the debate is 10 to 20. So let's say after a set of 15 trades, you are profitable. The account starts with say 5,000 bucks. After you do this 15 to 20 trades, you will make more than 5,000 bucks profitable. Then you can go ahead and make a trading plan, right? How you learn your strategy, that's on you. I already told you how to find mentors and things like that. Now, when it comes to the trading plan, I'm going to drop a little bit of advice. It's nothing too crazy. I do work with traders one-on-one to design psychological trading plans. These are not for beginner traders. Everything I do here, everything I put on YouTube, X and all of that, I consider that community service content. I could sell it. I could make a course, but everyone else is fucking doing that. So I'll just give it for free. I speak to the traders. If you're a beginner trader, you haven't learned a strategy yet. Well, for you, take what I'm teaching you and learn how to go learn trading. Condition your psychology before you go learning trading. Because to any one of you out here listening, and I have to engage comments, so drop a comment or something. If you're a trader and you're established, let these new traders know this shit's fucking hard. Even having all the psychological work, there's a phase. Let's call it a phase of really grinding and testing and testing and testing that strategy that requires a level of psychology and perseverance that if you can't get through this, you're definitely not going to get through trading live money. If you can't get through back testing and not feeling when you see your strategy, you call it your strategy, but you're not done back testing yet. So it's not yours. Don't claim some shit you don't know works yet, right? But the strategy takes a loss in the back test and it hurts you, take more back tests. Because that hurt shows you don't know it yet. You still don't understand the game of probabilities and yeah, I'll write that down. I think I need to make a video on probabilities and drop in the comments if there's anything you guys want me to, like, down in the comments, drop anything you need me to make videos on, any questions you have. I'll go ahead and, because I can talk about anything in trading. There's all psychological functions to it. I don't talk technical, but there's a level of scammers that really do upset me. There's a level of young traders that have the potential to not just be great in trading. These guys can be great in life, and girls. Girls trade too. Gotta be real. Keep my personal opinions out of it, but you know, these beings are disciplined. They work out. They eat right. They sleep right. They have day jobs. They take care of their loved ones. But when it comes to trading, that's when they let loose, and that's because they don't have a trading plan. So you've learned technical trading. You've learned the reasons why you're going to enter the market, however you've learned it. Now it's time to put together your trading plan. I'm going to speak to you about the psychological aspects of the trading plan. Grab your pen, your paper. As I said, this is where you're going to take notes, rewatch this video. This is important. This is the foundation. If you're brand new and you don't have a trading plan yet, write this down. If you're new, well, not new. If you have a trading plan, even if you're profitable, write this shit down. You'll be more profitable. When I was profitable, I went back. I have tons of these notebooks, tons of these notebooks, and I read all my old notes. And this is one of the things, the trading plans. This is back in the day, where at the end of the trading plan, you put your name and you say, I, Shiva Discipline, promise to only follow this trading plan, etc., etc. We're different now. But this is what should be on your trading plan. One, it's your trading plan. So you have to name it. It's a psychological thing to name your trading plan. It gives you the identity with it. It belongs to you now. You met a mentor. Mentor's name is John. It's just John. John teaches you to trade a strategy. Let's call it a breakout strategy. But when you backtested this strategy, most of you will not see the same things that John saw. You will see little nuances that John didn't tell you in all of his videos, but this is what works for you. These now are things that are part of your strategy. This is why the testing is important. After you've done the hours of backtesting, the analyzing, forward testing, which is don't even take an entry. You're going to mark it up with your stop loss take profit tool and just watch it. When it's finished, screenshot it, log it, or just write it down. You don't have to go too much effort, depending on how seasoned you are. When you're finished with that part, it's yours now. It's not John's anymore. So put a title on there. And with some of my clients, I do these intensive one-on-ones where traders that make money. They make money and they're just sick and that they didn't follow their plan and they don't know why. They leave money on the table. It's usually one or two psychological things, but we go really deep and we surgically fix it, right? But one of the things I tell them is, what's the name of your trading plan? And they'll say, my mentor this or that. I don't have a name. So name your trading plan. Put that big at the top of the paper. The next thing you're going to do is choose your session. And if you don't know what a session is, yes, there's New York session. Yes, there's London session. These are the times of the trading markets opening, things of that sort. But I'm talking about you, your session. What times can you trade? Don't try to trade London session 3 in the morning if you live on the East Coast and in 3 in the morning you're sleeping. You're going to be miserable. Your psychology is going to be off. Fuck the session. It's crazy, but it took me years to find this out. Waking up with alarms, and for those of you who know, when you first start training discipline, you're setting multiple alarms. If I hear someone says they have like 10 alarms and they don't get up, that's not a disciplined person. You might start with 10 to train yourself, but there has to be a point where maybe 2 alarms, 1 alarm, then you get to a point where you don't even need your alarm. You just wake up. Shit, you wake up 5 minutes, 10 minutes before your alarm. You say, fuck it, I'm gonna get up. These are the stages you're gonna know you're accountable, and you're definitely gonna know on your P&L because you're gonna be profitable. But this is what it takes. So your session is what's for you. Personally, I trade 25-minute sessions, and I trade about 2 or 3 of those a day. Market conditions are a thing. We'll talk a little bit about market conditions, but for sessions, if you put the session that's there, you'll know the time to backtest, and you're not backtesting every goddamn entry. I recommend sessions where we have volume, if you can catch it. New York session, London session, I think China session is a thing. The Asian session is a thing. There you go. Some people trade it. I don't have experience with it, but there is volume there. Do your backtest. So now you have your sessions. You're going to write that down. You're not going to trade anything but that. You're also not going to backtest anything but that. That's the secret part here. Don't even, it's like, let's say you got 3 sessions. You have three checks. So the men out there, you have 3 checks. Don't go after more. You chose 3. They agreed to each other, right? For any ladies, right? They agreed to each other. Don't go looking for 4. Don't question 5. Don't do anything. Of course, if 3 is not working out, you need to simplify it to 2. If you need to go as far as having 1, which I recommend to all new traders or all traders that are blowing accounts constantly, stick to 1 session. But to my advanced guys listening, I have a few guys here listening that You told me to be on here. I see you're on here. You guys taught me how to trade. You know how we do, guys. No more than 3 sessions. It's too much. Everyone talks psychology, but no one really talks psychology. They just gloss it over. I really talk psychology. We have something called a psychological bank. If you know a fancier term, let me know. But I consider your psychological bank how much you can handle when you're in a trade. Patience, that's a different type of psychological bank that's prior to a trade, right? You're gonna have to wait. You have your trading strategy. That's the whole the point of this conversation we're having right now, and you're waiting. And you see some things. The candle went and you know you got to wait for a pullback. The candle just bulls, but you need to wait. That's what you told yourself. That's your strategy. But you want to go in. So patience. Good job. But now you entered because your strategy hit. Let's say you got an entry. You're in now. This psychological bank is being burned 5 times faster minimum, in my personal opinion, giving that number, throwing the number out there. If you think it's more, let me know. Than the psychological bank of waiting for a trade. FOMO's the beginning part. That's easy. If you're missing out, that's easy. You just want to jump in. But if you have the strategy, you did the work, now you want to enter. You know you got something here that can make you money. And then you entered. And everything you knew to give you that confidence that you could make money just went out the fucking window. Because now you see it's moving up. And there's something about, if you're using MetaTrader still, like MetaTrader 4, I think we're up to MetaTrader 5 now. Something about that blue. Look, right? Look at my profile, that blue. It's a beautiful blue. It sparks you. It gets you going. You want to see that profit go up, right? It's green now. If you're trading futures, I trade futures, it's green. And it just come down a little bit. Boom. You want to close right away. We're not going to do that. We're going to hold our trade. We're going to hold ourselves accountable to what we said. All right? Okay. So you have your sessions. Now, this one here, after this one, if you have to go, you can cut off this video. This is the number one thing. This is what explodes all traders. If you disagree, you're lying. It's this serious. You need to identify on your trading plan your risk amount. You need to identify on your trading plan your risk amount. This is very important. I don't just mean your stop loss size, the dollar amount as well. And you need to be aware of both of these things at the same time, all the time, always. There are many great setups that when you draw it up, you will figure out the stop loss is too big or the risk amount is too big. Guys, just stay out the fucking trade. Do yourself the favor and just stay out. It's not worth it. So make sure you put your risk amount on there. Have a max daily amount. If it hits this number for losses, you're done. You're done for the day. And make that a denomination, like a dollar amount. Then you're going to have a max stop loss amount. I know this sounds crazy, but once you backtest your data, you're going to have to go look for what's your average stop loss. Your average stop loss is important because if it becomes bigger than you're used to, you're going to get scared. And you're just going to want to leave the account. You're not going to want to jump in the trade. You're going to want to leave the trade if you're in the trade with a little bit of profit. So know your stop loss account, your stop loss amount. You like tick size, pips, whatever you trade. The third thing, and I highly recommend this, have a stop out rule. Some people are 2 trades, some people are 3 trades, some people are 1 trade and done. Backtest, this is based on your data. You should know how many trades in a day you will lose on a losing day. And then you divide your total max out by that. And then you're done. Treat it like tokens or markers. There was a time I had little Hot Wheel cars, right? I have kids. I had a little Hot Wheel car on my desk. It was like a Batman one and like two others. And each trade, like if I give myself 3 trades for the day, I had 3 cars. And when I finished an entry, I drove it away. These are just beginner trader trading things in order to give you the discipline. And this still stems from accountability because this trading plan is what's going to hold you accountable. We'll talk about a little bit about that in a moment. So remember, guys, go ahead, your risk amount. That's very important. Now, you have your risk amount. Don't change that because you think the market's moving. You told yourself you're going to risk 250 on a trade. Don't go ahead and risk more than that because all of a sudden you did the math. You say, you know what, maybe if I risk 300, maybe 350, that extra 100, if I'm doing a 1-to-5 ratio, that's 500 extra. Don't do that. That's greed. You don't realize it's greed until after the fact. It's going to destroy your account. It's going to destroy your mind. You're not going to know if you are a good trader even. You're going to question everything. The second thing, you've lost. And it can be painful till you understand you have to lose. If you don't lose, you're not going to make money in this game. You have to lose. It's part of probabilities. If you think you're going to get every trade right, that's another decision to quit trading right now. Let me say that one more time for you guys out there. If you think you're going to get every single trade right, quit trading right now. And this applies to real life. If you think everything, if you're one of those people that don't do anything because you're so nervous, can I do this? Am I going to be able to do it right? What if I fuck up? What if I this, that? What if? Ban the term what if, unless you're going to purposely have the power to make it a positive thing. And that takes mental conditioning in the world that we live in. And once you're there, it's a superpower. But ban what if when it comes to trading. I know everyone says, what if it goes here, then it can go there and all of that. That's what we're doing with the trading plan. And once you have it locked in, there's no more what if. All right? So you got the risk part down. These notes here so I didn't miss anything. All right, so now, after you finish writing your risk down, and go into detail originally with all of these things, you'll condense it later, but once you're writing, just write, make your plan. If you are a typer, type, but go into detail. Please, go into your mind, trust yourself. Read later what you wrote, especially if you've been in trading for a while, a couple of years, you're trying to really get your shit together because you're still not profitable yet. Reread your handwritten notes, reread your old notes, read them out loud, listen to yourself, make videos of you reading them to yourself. It sounds silly to a point, but you'll be amazed at the little gems you'll pick up that you forgot, especially if you've been in the game for a while. I don't deal, like when I do my one-on-ones, I don't deal with newbie traders, especially for the price. I charge $5,500 for my one-on-one. And I say it like that, $5,500, $5,500. So I'm not dealing with newbie traders. There's tons of people that'll go ahead and teach you how to trade, but there's a level of psychological, I don't even want to use the word awareness. It's accountability. There's a psychological realness with yourself. You trust yourself that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. And this is where all your technical mentors come in. This is your entries. So the next thing on your trading plan is going to be entries. And I'm probably never going to make a trading plan video ever again. I didn't plan on going this long, but I'm giving you guys a lot of good information here. If you watch this video and you really don't know these fundamentals after that, you're just fucking lazy and you didn't watch the video. You're like, I'm not going to listen to what Shiva said. I'm just going to leave. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What the hell does making my bed have to do with trading anyway? That's okay. Remember, once again, this title just came to me. Make the decision to quit trading right now. I'm giving you all the reasons. If you can't do these things, it's okay. Go do something else. You'll probably be successful in it. But when it comes to your entries now on your trading plan, you're going to write down what your entry rules are. Really precise things. You're going to go into detail. Here, let's give an example. There's a certain candle pattern. I really try not to be specific or give any type of technical information because I don't want to put that bug into people's head, into people's ears, into people's mind. But let's be simple. If you have a certain type of trading candle pattern that is a reason for an entry for you, you're going to write that. That's your entry reason. On top of every other thing needed before you do it. Some people say, I think it's called confluence. I don't know if they call it anything else. What would that mean? If you use an indicator, for example, you use this in combination with this candle pattern, and let's keep it simple. Let's say it's that. Well, only when those two things happen will you go ahead and enter? And I know it's going to be more than two things, but I'm not trying to overwhelm any new people listening. So you will talk to your mentor. You will have entry reasons. And even your mentors that are teaching you technicals, write notes. I don't know if they tell you guys write notes. My mentors used to tell me, just take a notepad and write notes. Write notes. Take notes. Trust me, you want these notes. Everything about entry. Why? So when you go sit to write your trading plan, you have it all. It's just going to come to you. Take a few breaths when you do this trading plan, sit down for like 2 hours. A real trading plan will take you almost 2 hours to write. The first time, the correct way. You can later use AI to like whatever you use, ChatGPT, Cloud, Grok, whatever, to condense it, bullet it, make it look nice and all that for every day for but for like quick view. But when you're making it, give it time, give it attention, give it the same attention you would give a loved one. Give it the attention you deserve to give yourself because this thing, these are your rules, right? So your entry reasons, that's the next thing. Now, the most important one was risk. The second most important thing are exits, right? So far, summarize this real quick. We have, you're going to write your session, your risk amount and your risk rules, your entries, that's reasons and things of that sort. And now we're at exits. This is the part where you're going to write it. If you type it, put it one font up more. So if you write everything in 12, put this at a 14 or a 16. Exit reasons. Most important part after you're in the trade. Before the trade, the most important part you need to figure out is your risk amount. Entries come natural. By the time you finish 100 entries on backtesting, you know your entry. If you don't know your entry, throw in another 25 on backtest. You'll be okay. But when it comes to exit reasons, you need to know those down pat. Make them simple. I'm going to give you my exit reasons. I get a lot of shade from this. I have traders that tell me I'm crazy. Either that trade will hit stop loss, and I start with stop loss first because I've accepted my risk, or it will hit full take profit. That's it. I don't do break even. I refuse to do break even. I'll give you a little sauce. If people say sauce, I'll give you some sauce for what I usually give people that pay me. Ready? Whatever your break even is, set that shit to your fucking TP. I'll say it one more time. Whatever your break even is, set that to your TP. That's your max. If the moment the price hits something, your heart goes like this, your heart starts beating, and you want to go ahead and stop, then get out. Just get out. This is crazy advice. I don't take this literally past planning and trade, like designing your trading plan. But I heard someone once say, if you're in a trade, especially when you're trading with big numbers, I have some friends, they trade with 6-figure plus accounts, and the number's too high, just close the fucking trade. Just close the trade. If it feels too much, close the trade. So to avoid that happening over and over, right? You get into a trade, you feel, you cut. You get into a trade, you feel, you cut. We're going to design the plan that wherever you would sit and sit your take profit, or you move your stop loss up in order to create a break even. That's your full TP. A little more simpler. If you set break even at a 1 to 3, just fully close at a 1 to 3. Just fully close. If you really need to make more money and it's within your risk parameters, like 5%, risk a little more. If not, just accept it. It'll compound and build. After a few winning trades, you'll have enough capital to make the more money amount. We shouldn't even focus on amount per money. It should be percentage or risk to reward ratio. So your exit reasons are important. You're going to write these things down. Why? When you want to exit your trade after you're in it, you need something to reference. That's it. It sounds simple. We all know this. But once you're in the trade, all this knowing thing goes away if you're not aware. This is why I speak a lot about consciousness. I speak a lot about awareness, observing the thoughts, observing the emotions, separating from them, realizing I am not the thought. I'm almost done working on some mind training videos that literally teach these things, because the superpower is you see things for what they are, things that you can use or not use. You can exit for all the reasons the chart's telling you that you see, or you can exit for the reasons you wrote down on your trading plan. So write down your exit reasons, and you will not close your trade for anything but these reasons once you're in the trade. That is very, very important. So now you have your entries, your exits. We're going to have some final rules on here. Some final rules on your trading plan. These are going to be the rules of, is there any specific news days you won't trade? Right? So personally, I don't trade CPI. And on certain days, I won't trade 9 o'clock session. I'll trade later in the day. Those rules, I write those down. So whatever rules you have that's different from your entry and exit, that has to do with market conditions, that's what you're going to write here. And when I say market conditions, this is what this part is for. Market conditions. It allows you to, and now we're going a little advanced, right? So let's summarize it up for the beginners, the people starting to create trading plans just to get their feet wet, and then we'll go a little advanced with market conditions. So make sure you have your session. Well, so most importantly, to start, for your trading plan, make sure you have the title linking it to you. So your name, your trading plan. Then make sure you have the session, the risk, the entries, the exits, and then any of the one-off rules that you need. Okay? These rules could be anything that you saw while you were backtesting, and then you tested it and saw, okay, that helps you. And it's a little different from your mentor. Now, that is one trading plan. Most of you that start trading will trade with the trend. You are a trend trader. If it goes up, you buy. If it goes down, you sell. Trend trading. The market condition will be we need higher highs and lower lows for the trend. That's the most technical, that's market structure. That's the most technical I'm going to talk to you about. Now, those of you that are advanced a little more, you can trade ranges. Ranges are a little more complicated. Ranges are a little more complicated to the psyche because there is a little more manipulation, there's a little more fake outs, but it is tradable. And I recommend if you're a brand new trader and you're learning a strategy of trading ranges, keep that as a second strategy and force yourself. Like create the mental discipline to do things that you really don't want to do. Force yourself to go learn a trend trading strategy. It's going to save you. It's going to make you way more money. It's going to help you survive mentally and financially during losses. Sometimes you'll just have loss streaks. If anyone tells me they've never experienced a 10-loss streak, you need to trade a little more. You're lying about your percentage. You're not profitable. They're just showing you wins. Make sure they show you losses as well. But you need to be able to prepare for a massive losing streak. So if you have your strategy for the trend, now you're going to go ahead and you're going to make a second strategy for ranging. This is your second strategy now. This is your second trading plan. You need to go back to the beginning, risk amount, session, entry, exits, everything you just did for this second trading plan. This is very important. You need to have, let's say you said you will take 20 trades per strategy. The first one, 20 trades. Now you need another 20 set of trades for your second strategy. That means the account needs to handle 40 trades before, like losing back to back to back, before you completely lose the account. I know this sounds crazy meticulous. I know this sounds like, when is the money ever going to come? This helps you when the money comes, not to give it back. Once again, this helps when the money comes to not give it back. This level of structure is what kept me profitable. Making me profitable was getting a mentor, doing the back testings of that sort. But keeping me profitable making me not change my strategy during hard times, elections, wars, whatever you want to say it was, recession, using the same strategy, trusting myself. It takes this level of work and this level of accountability. And if you're still watching with me at this point, you can do it too. I really, really think you can. Or else I wouldn't even be putting this effort to make this video. That's me being completely honest with you. This is for free. So know your market conditions. And the last condition, I think we can all agree with, consolidation. Not ranging, consolidation. Guys, I'm talking wicks. It looks like, I call it chopsticks. No disrespect to anyone. I call it chopsticks. It's wick, consolidation. It's a box. Nothing's going anywhere. If you use an EMA, it's going right through it. I recommend everyone just put, especially if you're new, just don't trade these. Put it on your chart, on your trading plan. Do not trade consolidation. These are very important. These are the little extra rules that you add. These are little extra things that keep you knowing to stop making bad decisions. It's like having a sticker on your car steering wheel that says, "Don't drive if you drank alcohol." And you're going to look at it every time you go ahead to drive because you want to drive with alcohol because you think you're a better driver, but you shouldn't do that. That's exactly what your trading plan is. When you're about to go make bad decisions, you're going to rely on your trading plan to save you. And that means the only person that is saving you is you because it's your trading plan. And that's good because the only person that you need saving from is yourself. And that's what the trading plan does. So to summarize the trading plan, we have our session, the risk, the entries, the exits, any rules that you need, and any little memos or quotes or anything that you need to tell yourself. Always have a quote at the end. A quote that I like to give is, "My P&L does not define me." Another one is, and this sounds crazy, "There is no right and wrong in trading. There is only proper execution." And the last one, and this is the one when you've done everything right, you followed your trading plan to the T, and these are my advanced guys. These are the guys that reach out to me. Reach out to me, Connect, anywhere. DM me anywhere. These are the guys that do everything right. I'll make a video about traders' depression in the future. I take that very seriously. These are the guys that have pushed it to the end. When you've done everything right, and you still lose the trade. Remember, anything can happen in trading. Anything can happen in trading. Write that one out. That means it's not, if you've done everything right, only then can you say it's not your fault and still be accountable. But it requires figuring out what is right, planning for that, and getting that done. If you cannot hold yourself accountable to the decisions you made before entering the market, then yes, you should make the decision to quit trading right now. For some of you, that's going to be forever. For some of you, it's going to be until life hits you hard and you get your shit together and you say, "Fuck it, I'm going to do this." Some people need to take a break from trading so that they can learn to be accountable as a person. I speak a lot about discipline, right? I call myself Shiva for all of you to speak to me if you speak to me as Shiva, because Shiva means consciousness. I'll say the things that are in your head. We're talking about the mind. And when we're aware that we are this consciousness, there's a level of power we realize we have that no matter what work that needs to be done, if we understand why, or if we choose to do it joyfully, it gets done. It gets done pleasantly. It gets done well. You'll find out so many. If you backtest and you're in a shitty mood, don't backtest. Just get up. It's going to be a bad experience. But if you're in a pleasant mood, you're laughing, you're enjoying yourself, you're going to find so much great stuff. You're going to backtest. You're going to find things to where you're never going to have to backtest again. I'm at a point now where I make it a point to schedule 2 days a month to backtest a month no matter what. And as the time progresses, I slack off a little more and more because I'm seeing the same thing every time I trade. I trade the lower time frame, so there's only so much different things you can see. And there's a level of trust in my trading plan I have where I'll just close the laptop. Guys, learn this part. Learn to walk away. You have your trading plan now. I've given you all the tools you need to be accountable. If you can't hold yourself accountable and do the things that you planned that you would do, forget trading. You're not going to make it in life. You should quit moving right now, quit living right now, sit down in one spot and just close your eyes and be. Because you're a dangerous person to yourself and to society. And I mean this very kindly. The truth of the matter is, most of the people out there that are angry, most of the people out there that blame everything else, it's because they don't know themselves. They don't trust themselves. So if they said they will do something, but their feelings, they don't want to do it, they just won't do it. And remember, you're not your feelings. You're the experiencer of your feelings. So if you forget that for a moment, it's easy to blame the feelings. No accountability. Blame the feelings. Oh, I felt like taking this trade today, even though my trading plan said don't do it. Oh, I felt like increasing my stop loss, moving my stop loss. That's another thing. Don't move your stop loss. If you planned it out, you put your stop loss in there. That's it. Keep your stop loss what it is. Don't move your stop loss. Don't move your take profit. Yeah, the market might go more, but don't move it. It'll put a bad seed in your mind. And the next time you'll want to do it, and you might fight it a little bit. And the next time you might want to do it, and you'll fight a little bit. Why are you adding more fights to the game? Trading is hard enough as it is. That's why we have these rules. It's hard enough following these rules until it's not hard anymore. Let's not make it harder. So cut your complainers. That's very important. Anyone that's not in the mindset of finding a solution, remove those people from your life. And anyone that will not say, I'm wrong, I want to be right, what do I do? Remove those people as well. And if it's you, remove that person from your life. Literally change your complete identity. There's a book I recommend you read. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. I'll drop it in the chat. There's like a YouTube link to it or something like that. And it really teaches you about the mind and how you can reprogram your identity. I also recommend Atomic Habits. Finish the book, please. Like a lot of people don't finish the book. Finish the book and then read it again. I didn't write it, so I don't make any money from this. I'm trying to help you. Read the book. And then in your life, make these little decisions, these little changes to build these little habits. This is all little steps toward being accountable and being in discipline. And you're going to get to a stage where you realize, oh, I'm accountable now. Good. It's awareness, right? You're aware without pride. Without pride, right? So I'm accountable now. Good. Then you're going to have a little more with a, oh, wow, I'm disciplined. Holy shit, I'm making my bed. Oh, wow, that's my third entry, fourth entry, fifth entry. I'm not worrying about stop loss or take profit. It's entry. You're not going to even check the P&L eventually. Like, I have to make it a point to check my P&L once a week. There's a level of it is totally possible to live and only trade and do it full time. It is possible to quit your job that you hate. And I used to do sales. I sold everything from legally. I sold everything legally from houses, cars, cell phones, you name it. Right? Whatever, you name it. Nothing is as freeing as trading. And all of you are in this for freedom. And I'm going to end this with freedom. I'm not going to end, I didn't want to start this way. I don't really do motivational like that. Like motivational, this is what I give my guys that have actually done the work. Because back to those guys that pay me $5,500 for my, I call it a trading execution intensive. We're going to disturb the mind and remove those bad parts that stop you from executing what you backtested and planned to do. If you're that trader, reach out to me. The rest of you, reach out to yourself. sit, journal, write. You took some notes on this video. Before you rewatch your video, I want you to reread your notes. And if you didn't take notes, watch the video again and take some notes. That's very important. I really do hope this video changed you and it helped you for the better. If you have any comments or any questions or anything like that, please, I'm on X, I'm on YouTube, drop it in the comments. It'll really let me understand what you guys are thinking, where you're at, where my audience is, so I really know what videos to make and how to really help you guys more and more. Like I said, consider this community service content. I don't say free content, because if it's free, it doesn't have value, right? This is what I've learned. But if I can sell it and I choose not to, it's community service. That means it has some value that's a little more than free. And if you think you're really ready to learn trading, take it. That's very important. Take the advice, incorporate it into your trading, and let me know how this has helped you. Until next time, may the market be well to you. May you be well to yourself. I'm Shiva Discipline, and these are the reasons why you should make the decision to quit trading right now.